Terry Gannon back with Paul Wylie and Kurt Browning. You guys have been in this spot before. You know what it's all about. Some thoughts as we watch the final two groups.
Well, it has been quite a long season with the Olympics and the Worlds here. The big ticket items are really where these skaters have to focus tonight.
Four-time world champ.
Speaking of big ticket items, it's Johnny WEIR the quad. I was in practice today. Maybe he's hungrier than he says he is.
Never know with Johnny WEIR, even when he tells you what's on his mind during the press conferences.
Which brings him early into second place.
So the free skate here, second to last group with the American on the ice, Matthew SAVOIE.
Currently ranked 10.
25 years of age and heading off to Cornell Law next year. So this may be it. He hasn't said that. He might still skate, but if you're a Matt SAVOIE fan, enjoy this. Because he has gone to school throughout, not only an undergrad degree, but also a graduate degree and off to Cornell Law. But one last appearance here at Worlds.
Matt, a very introspective skater, chooses to open with a triple loop. He fell on it in the qualifying, doubled it here. It's programmed to the mission. Choreographed by Tom Dixon. The strength of his artistry is what got him to the Olympics in Torino. Triple axel, triple toe, beautiful jump. Now, made the comment about his artistry, but that was a phenomenal jump right there.
Oh, taking it right to the edge of the rink with his triple, double combination. But you're right, Paul, this is where he shines. Just watch this circular step.
Of the new judging system is that it doesn't leave the skaters time in between the main jumps and elements to create a mood on the ice. It can still be done.
Well, I think the irony is that there's more than ever emphasis on what comes between the interpretation, and the transitions are all getting a mark here. Second triple axel. This one will receive a bonus if he hits it. Oh. Maybe a deduction for that fall, unfortunately.
Has had a quiet presence this week at Worlds, but that's part of his personality. I think he's almost like Yuka Sato. He's a skater's skater. The other skaters recommend, I mean, they really look up to his ability to come across the ice.
Not as much spark as he had in St. Louis. Remember that standing ovation that he drew there? But quite a season for Matt Savoie, and we certainly wish him well as he goes off to study law school. A smart guy, master in urban planning. Wow.
Might be the understatement of the year, a smart guy.
Probably, yeah.
University of Illinois, and then Bradley as well before that, and now off to Cornell Law, and had to fight just to make the Olympic team. Remember, there were the Tim Gables and the Michael Weisses there, the former U.S. champs, guys who had medaled at the Olympics and the Worlds, but he did it. He made the Olympic team, came in 7th. There's your leader overall. Stephane LAMBIEL is in the building. iPod on. He's taking care of it this time.
Tomas VERNER.
19 years of age out of nowhere here. Second to last group from the Czech Republic, Tomas VERNER. Log on now to www. You know the rest. You think he put that up there? Little self-advertisement?
Yeah, I'm amazed at how many skaters have their own websites now. Sure, he's got quite a fan club right there.
18th place at the Olympics and 10th at Europeans. Not much else, though. We have not seen much of Tomas VERNER. 4-time Czech national champ.
There's a real intensity to this opening. He uses his arms. He almost reminds a bit of Ilia, how he edges around. Up in here, the triple axel. Popped into a single. Did a beautiful one in the qualifying.
Well, Tomas is causing a buzz backstage, not only for his jumping ability, but for his... We'll see how this quad toe goes. There he is. He's back. Wow. I was going to say that the girls, they're all backstage talking about him. He's causing a buzz. They don't care about his skating. They just want to look at him.
Usually Joubert gets most of that attention backstage.
He's got a challenger. Planned triple X, double toe, double loop, Paul. He still can put that in later in the program.
That's right. You're allowed 1 3-jump combination, and if he's smart, he'll do it because you can get so many more points that way. But in the qualifying round, he really tired out. Even fell on his footwork at the end of the program. That was a great triple X there.
Still a teenager, we may see much more of Tomas VERNER. One of the reasons we haven't seen much of him as of yet, last year he was set to compete on the senior level in the Grand Prix, the top international series, but he broke his ankle in one practice at Cup of China this season. Because he hadn't already qualified for the Olympics, he went to the Carl Schaefer Memorial and won that. Got into the Olympics, came in 18th. Here he is at Worlds.
Hard fall in a second triple axel. So difficult when you've missed the first one because
put it out of your mind and move on.
You think, well, how am I going to do this? And then you're just that much more tired. Oh, my word.
That's ironic.
Well, he fell on the footwork in the qualifying, as I said as well. I think he just gets a little tired. Maybe he could do a little bit more training. Get ready for next year. He's only 19.
When I was 19,
Yeah,
it didn't breathe. It just flied through the program.
Trains in the Czech Republic, Germany, and Finland. Maybe he's traveling too much.
should have taken that break before the footwork.
He's got one more jumping pass here, a triple flip coming up.
Oh, good for him.
And he put a combination into it too. Triple flip, double toe.
Well, this is a fantastic learning experience for him. He just hit the boards at this end and went down there and did a triple flip. We're going to see more of this guy for sure.
Someday, perhaps, he'll follow in the footsteps of the great Czech skaters, Andrej Nepola, Sababčík, and Varna.
Jumpin' Joe, right?
Absolutely.
Tomas Verner from the Czech Republic. Not the free skate that he had envisioned, but quite an experience here at the World Championships, making it to the second to last group, 19 years of age. Coming up next, Evan LYSACEK. Spent the year as the world bronze medalist, still the reigning bronze medalist at Worlds. Season where he became a little older, much wiser, the veteran of an eye-opening and humbling Olympic experience.
This season for me has been very difficult. A lot of highs and lows, roller coaster ride, if you will. I came in at the beginning of the season and I felt some of the pressure for the first time of being a world medalist. It was difficult. I thought the Olympics was about being perfect and winning medals and, you know, everything goes smoothly. And I quickly found out that no, it's not. It's about fighting and it's about being the last one standing and it's about courage and, you know, having heart and soul for what you're doing. It's hard enough when you're healthy and in perfect condition to do it, but, you know, this is the Olympics, there's pressure, I'm sick, I'm on an IV, and I just kind of like had to reach down deep inside and find like this Olympic spirit that I hear so much about. I totally discovered it there. I've wanted my whole career to be a world champion, so knowing it could come true within a week is pretty creepy. I'm just gonna go out and try to have fun, but I'm hoping to cap off the season with a great performance here at the Worlds.
Quite a rewarding experience at the Olympics in the end, but in the warm-up here, trying the quad, Paul, this was not positive.
He took two bad falls. This one, the worst of them, goes right on his inside edge and smacks on his hip, which is just what he did in the qualifying round as well. You can see him grab his hip, and he just doesn't need any more injuries or illnesses.
No, he doesn't. Still taking antibiotics for the illness that he had in Torino. When you have a fall like that, especially when you're trying the quad, mindset-wise, how does that affect you?
Well, if you're him, I don't think it's a good idea because he's been fighting this quad. If it was Joubert, who's got a quad in his belt, he can go back to all those landed ones that he's done in the past, build back his confidence while he's backstage. He's got none of those to build his confidence with. I think it was a terrible thing to have happen to him just before he skates.
Free skate numbers and the overall total, 221.83 with Tomas Verner. That is a personal best from the youngster from the Czech Republic. Joubert, Cheng Jeng Lee, Matt Savoie, still your top three. As we move on, some of the top names and those that we have come to know over the last number of years.
Evan LYSACEK.
The U.S. silver medalist, Evan LYSACEK. The sickness, the IV, you heard him talk about it at the Olympics. It was a learning experience for him, but I think he proved to himself and everyone else what he had in the free skate and to come back. Now he needs another comeback. He's in seventh.
I think this whole season is turning out to be a learning experience for Evan. This guy wants to be the best in the world. He's not afraid to say it. And with all the injuries, the IVs, and that huge fall, this is going to make or break how he feels about himself next year.
The quad would be first up. He will not shrink back from this.
Wow,
look at that.
That's amazing.
Little two-footed landing, but he turns it into a quad triple, falls out of it. The good thing about that is that though the grades of execution will penalize him a bit, that the value of what he did was 13 points for the base value of it. Triple axel.
You know what? I don't think it's about points right now.
I think
it's about heart. And I'm shocked. I'm so happy for him. This is awesome.
His coach Frank Carroll told Peter Carruthers that he should attack this program. He thinks this program is about power, passion, and truth.
He told him to go on the offensive. And numbers-wise, he's less than 12.5 off the lead. That margin has been made up before. Emanuel SANDHU has done that to win a gold medal before. And he's a little more than 9 points out of third place in terms of the podium.
Second triple axel coming up here. So we'll earn a bonus. Terrific with the combination. Triple.
I just think there's some moments in skaters' lives that you will never forget, and I just have a feeling that this skate right now is a moment that he will never forget, no matter where he places in this event. Canadian crowd picking up on what they're watching. Everyone clapping in time.
Your shining moment.
Well, I said he was a fighter, and I can't even believe how much he fought here.
From the Maple Leaf to the Stars and Stripes, everyone's standing in honor of Evan LYSACEK.
Didn't you get the feeling from this crowd that they could hardly wait to stand?
Well, they watched the qualifying round. They saw him fall hard on the quad. Then they saw the warm-up where he fell twice. And they thought, well, is he going to have to get off because he's so injured? And then he comes out and hits it and turns it into a quad triple.
A man who seemingly needs adversity, needs a deficit. The hug from Frank Carroll, his mark. Frank Caro, all smiles in the kiss and cry along with Evan LYSACEK. The best you've ever seen from him?
The gutsiest skate I've ever seen from him.
Oh, absolutely the best.
Not a bad time to do it either. And remember, 12.5 behind, not quite 12.5 points off the lead. That's been made up before with that performance. Hey, you know.
Well, maybe too far back for a medal, but how about a badge of honor?
Don't jump to that conclusion.
Wait and see. Watch this. I'm watching him skate into this quad. I'm going, is he going to triple flip? Is he going to do a quad? No, he's going for it. Little mistake, but do we care? Nope.
Especially after falling in the warm-up and badly, and then able to do it, willing to do it in the free skate. So the marks now for LYSACEK, and the crowd reacting. Technical marks, look at that, well over 70, almost 77, 73 for program components, Paul.
Well, you know, he got great marks in the spins as well. He got level threes for his step sequence. He counted that quad triple as well.
It was not a personal best, though, in terms of the free skate.
No, I didn't think it would be personal best, but I don't think he remembers the other one that was now. This is the one he remembers. This is where he's going to pull strength from for the next competition and the next and the next.
Still only 20 years of age, and for the moment at least, your leader. From an American out to a Russian, Iliya Klymkin, the veteran at the age of 25 from Moscow. All the way back in 1999, he won the World Junior Championship. Big things expected of him, but he's had injury after injury, about 2 years away from the ice, coming back and now trying to get back to a top level. Currently in 9th.
Step out on that triple axel, triple toe. He's one of the more interesting skaters in the world in terms of the choreography, although I don't think this music quite sets up his program. Quad toe here. Did the quad triple in the qualifying? Oh, just a triple. And the difference between a quad toe, triple toe, and a triple toe is about 9 points.
Sorry, there was no other word for that. He
just
at first
you don't succeed.
Change his program. That's gutsy. That's a guy that came to fight.
It was an Achilles injury that took Klymkin off the ice, out of competition for those 2 seasons. Didn't even get on the ice at all for an entire year. He had surgery back in November of 2004, and prior to that, leg injuries, 3 different surgeries back in 2002. His coach, after a long battle with leukemia, passed away. His dad died back in '99, electrocuted, plugging a drill into the wall in their living room. It has been a tough go for this 25-year-old.
Without Yevgeny Plashenko here at the competition, a lot more pressure on Ilia to step up and take over.
questions as to where the next generation of Russian skaters is coming from. I mean, to this point, they keep winning, but from this point on, no one's taken the lead. Whether you talk about men, pairs, perhaps stands.
Well, they seem to have such an amazing ability to find talent and nurture it. If there is a deficit right now, I doubt it'll last long.
This spin, very difficult, moving from the outside edge to the inside edge. That creating a higher level. This inside forward spin. Probably not exactly what he had hoped for, but he did pull off that quad, which was second in the program.
The 25-year-old from Moscow, Ilia Klymkin, in ninth after the short. Needing a big performance. Didn't get it here in the free skate. Well, we'll check his marks in just a moment. Right now, though, Evan LYSACEK just settled down at the moment. Standing by with Peter Carruthers.
All right, Terry. Evan, you had that huge fall on the quad in the warm-up, but then in the free program, first up, quad toe, triple toe, you did it. What made the difference?
I think just I was telling myself I got 4.5 minutes left and then I'm finished with this season, and I honestly have never been so glad to be finished with anything in my life. It's been a roller coaster from start to finish with injury and illness and nonstop travel, so it's over.
You finished the program, the big fist pumps. What does that symbolize in this entire season to finish like this?
Well, I have definitely had the strongest season of my career, with, you know, some medals on the Grand Prix circuit and a second place at Nationals, a great performance at the Olympics. So to cap it off with a good long, I was far from perfect at this competition. I think the illness that I have and the exhaustion is part of the factor why, you know, everything wasn't great. But to end it like that feels good.
All right, well, a good fight. We're going to hand it back to you guys.
All right, Peter. Browning says he can't medal. I say maybe.
I say maybe, but I think that it all depends on Oda.
Definite maybe for LYSACEK. Back with more. The last group set to go here inside the Pengrowth Saddledome in Calgary. Terry Gannon along with Paul Wylie and Kurt Browning, as the teenager from Japan is the first to go in the last group. Lambiel, your reigning world champ, has the lead. Nobunari ODA in second. Brian Joubert rounding out the top three. And then a couple of Canadians and Johnny WEIR. But guys, if that warm-up continued another minute, we might not have had a final group here.
No, figure skating's not supposed to be a contact sport, but on that warm-up, bodies were flying all over the place.
ODA looks loose. How about WEIR? Had some trouble.
WEIR had 3 falls on quad toe, which he followed up with a successful quad triple double. Joubert fell on 2 triple loop attempts.
Oh.
The second time, that time hurting his hand. He has looked so great in practice. That's so surprising.
Well, there was some gremlins out there on that warm-up, that's for sure. But this next skater, the only guy that had a clean warm-up.
About to turn 19 the day after tomorrow. Nobunari ODA. Can he go from being the 2005 World Junior Champ to the 2006 World Champ on the senior level?
When you look at ODA, he screams youth. But when you watch his jumps, you just have to respect this guy. Maybe he's only 5'4", so maybe that's why his triple axel looks so big. He's going into his triple axel combination right now. Uncharacteristically put a hand down. Maybe the first one I've seen him miss in like the last 10 tries.
He missed that opening triple axel at the 4 continents and came back and skated brilliantly the rest of the program. It's a 3-jump combination, a triple Lutz, triple toe loop, double loop.
And he's back.
comes from a famous family in Japan, the 17th descendant of Nobunaga Oda, who was a famous warlord. And now they've built a Nintendo game around him.
Interesting entrance, way down deep into the corner. He's showing a lot of composure in this competition. I think this music really suits him.
Yeah, David Wilson did a great job with this choreography, and his levels have been very high all season long. Just in this footwork, you can see the different turning and bracket kick turns. But even in his spinning, you can really see a maturity that belies his young age at 18.
Very Matt Savoie-like entrance.
Terry, you were talking about Russia and about sort of the decline. You can really see a rise of Japan now with Mao Osada and Nobunari Oda, these young skaters who sort of sprung onto the scene, you know, as junior world champions and won Grand Prix events this season.
Not to mention the Olympic champ,
Shizuka Arakawa.
Program of poise, the early stumble, but he brought it together. The teenager in second place. Now you look back, Alexei Yagudin won the junior world title back in '96, and in '98 he became the senior champ. Plushenko a junior championship in '97, a bronze in '98. Oda's trying to do it the next year, win the title here. Evan LYSACEK holding on to the lead for the moment. Back to Calgary.
The scores for Nobunari ODA from Japan.
Brian Joubert on the ice with a chance to win the gold medal. Remember the warm-up, and then backstage, shirt off, spraying the elbow. He went down hard, so we'll see if there are any lingering effects. Meanwhile, the teenager, Nobunari Oda, waits for his marks as Joubert, completes one on the ice, warming up. Pretty remarkable story for this young guy. Did not go to the Olympics, but talk about a range of emotions. He first won the Japanese national championship, but later, because of a computer glitch, it wasn't built into the Japanese software. It didn't penalize him for doing too many triples. They had an award ceremony, everything. He had the gold medal. They took it back.
Can you imagine losing your nationals title because you did too many triples? It happens. There's rules, man.
Evgeny Plushenko lost the Grand Prix final.
That's right. 251.21 for Oda, so he is currently in second place.
251.21 points, which brings him currently into second
And he did not receive any points for one of the combinations. We'll clear that up as we go along. Guess who's in first, guys? And which one of us said he wasn't going to medal?
It's me.
Still with a chance.
Yeah, that would be Kurt.
So the American leads.
But I'm happy for Evan. I mean, I was so impressed with what he did tonight.
Joubert on the ice, going back to a program which he had a lot of success with back in 2004. The 21-year-old in third place after the short, and just a little more than 3 off the lead heading into this portion of the competition.
Well, he's been winning every single practice. He looks completely fit. The warm-up was an anomaly. I just can't believe what I saw. 2 falls. So it must be so distracting as he goes into this opening quad triple combination. He did so well in the short.
He's got it.
Oh, that's huge. 13 points base value for that.
And that's where the confidence comes in. You know, when something goes wrong in that 5-minute warm-up, it doesn't bother you. Just get rid of it and go to business. Triple flip, double flip.
Jump that he struggled with in the past, but has looked great all week here. The triple axel, solid over his knee, just like the short.
Only 2 guys have beaten Yevgeny Plushenko, the Olympic champ, since the last Olympic Games in Salt Lake. Joubert's one of them. SANDHU is the other, still to come. Mentioned Nobunari ODA didn't get credit for one of his combinations because there were too many elements. You can only do so many. Klymkin penalized for doing too many triples. He's down the list.
Second quad.
Oh, his lucky spot on the ice. Exactly the same corner. You know, with Stephane being injured and having a tough season, I just think this guy is just probably laying a trap. Skate clean, watch Stephane make one mistake, become world champion.
There's that loop. He missed it twice in the warm-up, but he's glad to get that out of the way. He was off in the air, correcting in the style of Todd Eldridge. Where I've seen a lot of improvement is in his spins here. He's getting levels by changing edges. He's worked with Lucinda Roux, the Swiss spinning great.
I get the feeling that last season he just didn't know how to work this new system. Now he's going to work the audience. Who's going to be world champion? Well, he's going to force Stephane LAMBIEL to fight for it now. He's got to skate clean.
Well, all week long you've been dreaming of this moment. And certainly Mom has.
Ramon, his mom standing ovation from her, but she's not the only one. Much of the crowd here on their feet. Brian Joubert back to an old familiar friend. His Matrix program. He beat Plushenko with it. Can he beat LAMBIEL? Weir, SANDHU, Buttle, they're next.
Well, he's had this jump quad toe in his back pocket all week. Johnny WEIR was totally in his way in the warm-up. He didn't care. He landed it, and he landed it right here.
The technical score, please.
Well, if the first quad wasn't good enough, the second one got even better. And talk about working your strengths.
So that is kind of the theme, falling down in the warm-up and then skating great. Almost 80 for technical elements. And look at that number, 270.83 overall. The free skate by far a personal best for him. And he vaults into the lead. Raymond, does she know yet? She's got to know.
She's got to know.
Didn't react much, though.
Well, with the way he's been skating all week, maybe she expected it. Honestly, he has been clean in the practices.
Joubert, LYSACEK, Oda. Didn't you have that feel, too, as soon as he arrived here in Calgary, that he was going to have a great week?
Holy.
Bring you back just a little bit to the Battle of the Bryans and the atmosphere?
I just hope he takes his time before starting this program.
Jeffrey Buttle, 23 years of age, two-time Canadian national champ, in 4th place, a little less than 10 points off the lead heading to the free skate.
Jeffrey has smooth, beautifully executed jumps. But as we just saw the quad attack by Joubert, he doesn't have a quad. Triple flip, triple toe. So light, so perfect. Now, when I say he doesn't have a quad toe, I meant he doesn't have one in his back pocket. He needs everything tonight.
Buttle, of course, known for the strength of his program components, the artistic side of his skating.
And because of that, Paul, don't you think he has a larger margin for error on the technical side?
Well, I would say single axle, double toe isn't going to cut it, but at the Olympics, you know, he made mistakes in the programs and he still medaled.
Well, he's always been the right skater at the right time in the last couple of seasons. He's skating in his home country. Chances are, chance at the podium is probably gone already. You know what you do now? You enjoy.
Second attempt at a triple axel, also a single. Okay. The handwriting is on the wall now. What a shame, because you really do have to admire his skating, the edge quality. The interpretation, it just comes across the barrier.
There's the Jeffrey I know.
Struggled with this jump. Triple-lets, double toe. That's probably the best one he's done all week. Late in the program like that.
Oh, good for you. Missing the triple X in the preliminary, missing the triple X in the short program. It's nice to get one under your belt. But I think for Jeffrey, just the whole winning of that medal at the Olympic Games, the expectations afterwards, the no time to prepare, a lot of media.
But you made the point as we started the show, it's different for everyone. Everybody's got a different agenda. For him, he comes home in Canada to compete for a world championship. I mean, you've carried the banner for Canadians.
Compete. You could almost argue that he was ranked #1 coming into this.
True enough. As an Olympic medalist, you're exactly right. So there is pressure here. Maybe not the same as the Olympics, but it's different for him than the other skaters.
Well, to pop both triple axles, he just couldn't afford. I was talking about the big ticket items. Those were his 2 big ticket items, and he didn't have them.
Well, I hope he doesn't take this too hard. You know, it's been a great season. He's going to go back to his house, look on the wall. There's an Olympic medal there. I think he'll get over this.
From Ontario, trains in Barrie, Ontario. Long ways from here. We're out west in Calgary. He is the Olympic bronze medalist, but not going to be the world champ here. Off his effort in Calgary tonight. Check the marks for Jeffrey Buttle. A moment ago, Brian Joubert, the hug and tears after a triumphant performance in the free skate. He's got the lead, and right now, he's with Peter Carruthers.
All right, Terry, Brian, you were very emotional just moments ago. Why?
Why? Because, you know, to do a competition like this, for me, it's perfect. And after Olympics, it was very difficult for me to come back in France because the French TV, the French journalist was very difficult with me, with my family, and with all my team. So it was not easy for me to do a competition like I did.
You went back to the Matrix program. What is it about that program that gave you the confidence to skate that well?
Yeah, I feel very good in this program. I did my best season with this program. Sorry. And when I came back right after the Olympics, 2 days after, it was perfect. My jumps was perfect. My short program was good also. So, but I don't know why. It was magic.
Well, 2 good quads. Congratulations, Brian Joubert. Let's go back upstairs to Terry Gannon.
Yeah, Peter, and Joubert speaks the truth. A lot of expectations in France and really around the world. He skyrocketed up the ladder in 2004, had a great year. We mentioned he beat Plashenko. Most expected him to really make a run at the Olympic gold medal. It didn't happen, but we're seeing maybe the real Joubert.
Well, I tell you what, figure skating, I don't know a lot about a whole lot of other sports, but your emotion and how you feel about yourself as a person when you step on that ice really has a lot to do with it.
Buttle and the kissing cry. 163.07. We'll show you that throughout the week and the weekend here when he needs to lead. Obviously doesn't get that. And it was right from the start, really. Never had the rhythm. Never got it going. No.
Just 2 single axles at the World Championship. I mean, that's something that you really can't get over. Even with all the best component scores in the world, which Jeffrey Buttle is known for, gets 7.5 in those out of 10, which is pretty high.
Yep. And he said the Battle of the Bryans is what hooked him on the sport of figure skating. You know we would have loved to win a championship here in this building.
Representing Canada, Emanuel SANDHU.
Here we go. One Canadian to the next. Final thoughts, maybe a Hail Mary. The eternal enigma from Canada, Emanuel SANDHU. Awful in the qualifying. I mean, his coach said it was an embarrassment. And Peter Carruthers, he told us, you know, his coach, Joanne McLeod, longtime coach, said, you're not driving the car right now. You're letting someone else drive. You've got to drive the car. He took control from the moment he stepped onto the ice for the warm-up in the short program, and he was terrific. Now with a chance in 5th to win the gold.
talk about expectations. Jeffrey Buttle did it for Canada at the Olympics. And now we've got 10,000, 12,000 people here holding their breath, hoping that he can do it for them at the Worlds. One of the easiest looking quads in the pool.
Needs to reach and pull.
Oh, that was outside the circle, but he did it anyways. Only a double toe afterwards, though. And when you need everything, that might matter.
He takes a very long setup for the next jump, which is a triple axel. He can have a bad edge going into it. Very important for him to go over that right side. A little bit stepped out of there. Classically trained ballet dancer, Emanuel SANDHU is one of the most artistic skaters and talented skaters in the world. Obviously struggles with inconsistency, but he, like Joubert, has beaten Evgeny Plushenko.
We should mention, on a technicality, at the time, Plushenko did one too many combinations. We've seen that happen throughout this evening. Oda penalized for a similar thing tonight.
Triple Salchow, beautifully done, but on my sheet here it says quad Salchow.
He doesn't have to do what's on your sheet, you know.
Well, that's true, but when you're trying to win, I recommend it.
This next jump will tell the tale. Second attempt at the triple axel. Must do it in combination. Triple double. Little foot down there. We'll get a bonus for doing it late in the program, though.
That was an easy triple toe. You may wonder why he would miss such an easy jump. He already tripled out of the quad, landed a triple sow, and needed to change that jump.
He's just getting a little bit on his heel on the landings, and so isn't able to hold that. The heel obviously not right over that top of that ball of your foot where you are much more balanced. Cut the end off that straight line step quite a bit.
He sure did.
You have to go from end to end in order for it to count. Interesting positions as he does these variations on these spins. A very respectable performance for Emanuel SANDHU, and they're on their feet.
Little bit of Jekyll, little bit of Hyde.
That's right.
This man has fought a lot of demons, publicly and privately, trying to get to a point where he had enough confidence to really make a run at a world championship or an Olympic gold medal. Johnny WEIR, the American champ, standing and watching, waiting to take the ice. Joanne McLeod, hugs all around, tears in her eyes, standing ovation. How about the judges? What do they think? That's what's important. Check that out when we come back.
You can see here in the triple axel, he was really fighting for redemption. Very slow going into it. Nice air position. He holds onto it after two-footing it and then turns it into a combination. If you do it a second time, you have to do it in combination. You see that edge right there. Very important that he goes right over the top of it. He has a hard time going over the front of his skate. A lot of times he goes off of his heel.
And not to bring up a cliche about the numbers not mattering, because they do. He could win the gold here, but it was about more than that for him. Well, he's caved in the past. He didn't cave here.
Canada has a love-hate relationship with this guy. There's a radio station in Toronto that just spends time making fun of him. I mean, he literally has that weird relationship with his fans. Paul, you used the word redemption.
Yeah, this is a time for the monkey
this might
off the
be it
bat.
for him. Maybe you should get that outfit off his back.
We've seen worse.
Okay, it's not my taste. I'll just pull back and be quiet.
In fact, I bet we can go through some old videotape of Mr. Browning and pick out one or two that
I said corrected. You're right. But this is a big moment for this athlete.
Remember the number for Joubert, the technical, almost 80. So all the way down to 66, almost 67. 142.53 for the free skate. And that puts Sandhu in fourth. And that, basically that's what we were trying to say. The numbers might not add up here, but it was an important free skate for him.
Well, it's unusual for me to see him in that, they call it kiss and cry area, with a smile on his face. Good way to end your season.
Representing the United States of America, Johnny WEIR.
Two more to go. Guess who's still on the podium as of right now? Mr. LYSACEK. Joubert, LYSACEK, and Oda, your top three. And speaking of demons being battled, Johnny WEIR, the Olympic performance, he took issue with some of the comments made and some of the articles written about his free skate and letting America down. He knew that he lost focus. He knew he didn't end up skating like he knows how after a golden chance, being right behind Plushenko going into the free skate. So no matter what he says, you have to imagine there's a bit of redemption on his mind here in Calgary.
I would say redemption and probably the quad that he fell on three times
in the warm-up. A little bit like Sandhu, that he's kind of misunderstood. He understands that he needs this triple axel, triple toe. His landings just flow out of the jumps so sweet. I mean, that's what impresses me more than anything.
The quad would come right here. Quad toe loop. Excellent. A little bit two-footed, but
take it.
Really important, I think, for him to get the mileage under his belt, just like Evan LYSACEK here, because he knows he's going on to Vancouver.
Peter Carruthers told us before he took the ice that Priscilla Hill, his coach, said he wasn't able to practice this week. The spins or the footwork, Paul?
Well, he's been really working on the quad, and he's been obviously had the back spasms, and so he just hasn't been able to get into the positions that are required. Second triple axel attempt here.
Good fight on that landing.
We talked about Joubert going back to the Matrix. This is also a program that he's revisiting. O'Tonal was very successful with it last season.
a way of putting the audience into a trance.
But he's lacked a spark here this week.
It was coming from a guy who says he doesn't want to be here. Double loop. That he's taking to get up from that fall, very uncharacteristic. Usually your adrenaline just pops you back up off the ice. But I think that says volumes about how he's felt this whole week.
Season. I mean, remember him in the Kiss and Cry and Skate Canada, his season kind of flashing before him. Got it under control and won the Nationals. Had a brilliant short program in Torino. And then, of course, the disappointment in the long.
That he's been waiting for, the end. See you next year.
And he has made that clear all week. He's very outspoken. Well, he's always outspoken, but very honest this week too about the fact that he really didn't want to be here. He made himself come here to compete at the World Championships. How does that affect you? How does that strike you?
Well, I think good for him for not pulling out, first of all. But, I mean, it is like you either set yourself up for failure or success. And I think there's two ways to approach that adversity, is either to plow through or to kind of say, wow, I can't do it.
Back spasms, and he got through the free skate, stretching now as he heads to the Kiss and Cry for his marks. Lambiel still to come. Back to the World Figure Skating Championships. Hopefully you're watching on ESPN HD. Johnny WEIR, take a look at part of the trouble in his program.
A triple flip is an easy jump for Johnny. It's really too bad that late in his program he took what was a hard fall, because he started out strong. I'm really actually quite proud of him for trying that quad at the beginning. Triple axles were good, but maybe there's just not enough gas in the tank to get through the whole season.
Doesn't look like any right now. 128.66 for the free skates, a 235.57 overall, placing WEIR in 6th.
Just needs a good shopping spree to cheer him up.
He no doubt will get one. Some time off now. Well-deserved rest for WEIR and for all these skaters. It's been a long season. Joubert, LYSACEK, and ODA, though. And for the men, it comes down to one final guy. And he's the reigning world champ. He's from Switzerland. He won the silver medal at the Olympics. Coming in, certainly he and Jeffrey Buttle, the two names that jumped out first. And then maybe Joubert, and that's who's up there now. Lambiel, 20 years of age. Skating to the Four Seasons by Vivaldi. Back and forth on whether or not he would even come to the World Championships because of a knee injury. It's that right knee, the landing knee.
Of all the skaters in the world today, Stephane LAMBIEL is a triple threat guy. The quads, 2 of them in the program planned, an unbelievable spinner, and great footwork and creativity. This first jump, though, a bugaboo for him. The triple axel Goes off his heel a little bit. Well done.
You know what's fun about watching a competition when there's mistakes and all you're watching, all you're thinking about is how all these guys want it. They all are fighting for it, and that's what makes a great event.
Two-footed landing there on that triple loop. Uncharacteristic. Quad triple just could not have been better. That were 13 points. I'm sure he'll get positive grades of execution for that, which get added to the base value of the combination. This footwork sequence, I love. The upcoming hitch kick, reverse direction, very creative, unique move. Goes right into the spin. Great transitions in this program as well.
You got to remember right now that the guy in first place, Joubert, did 2 quads. Working on this second one right here.
Perfect. Bring it.
Bring it.
Admiration from an Olympic silver medalist and the guy who did the first quad ever on the other side, Mr. Browning.
And a triple flip, triple toe. Both the quad and that triple getting the bonus of 10% for being past the halfway mark.
Great piece of music. Suits him. It's not about the music right now. Triplets. Oh, wow. Double toe. And you got to start asking yourself, are we watching the world champion already?
So far, you'd have to hand it to him.
This has got to be a great moment. No big jumps left. Just you and the music and the clapping of the audience. Wow.
From the reigning world champ to perhaps a 2-time world champ.
Defending world champ.
He did what he needed to do when he needed to do it. I think that's what you dream about. You dream about your competitors skating great and then you overcoming them.
Pretty good night of skating. Standing ovation again.
I'm glad that the people who paid to come here didn't only just see the warm-ups. because they were horrendous.
They were awful. But you go back to LYSACEK really to kick it all off, and the effort that he had, and the end of it.
I'm an absolute firm believer in a skater stepping out and setting the tone for the evening, and I think LYSACEK was that guy.
Becomes contagious. Brian Joubert on top of the standings, watching. He'll watch backstage and see the march for Lambiel along with us. Will it be Lambiel? Will it be the Frenchman? We'll see when we come back. They call him the Little Zebra for obvious reasons. Costumes do mean a lot in this sport, don't they? Right now he's applauding himself, as he should. That's a great effort, and it may have just won him a world title. Once again, Stephane LAMBIEL. Brian Joubert from backstage making his way closer to the ice with all the media. He's going to medal, there's no doubt about it. Will it be gold or silver? Not much drama in your mind?
Oh, tons. I mean, for those two guys, just everything hanging in the balance right now. Brian Joubert skated as well as he can skate.
The technical score.
And you could argue there was that one little foot down on the triple loop for LAMBIEL.
Here we go. His personal best is 160.90 in the free skate. He needs 153.21. He got it. 156.58. He doesn't realize it yet. 274.22, guys.
That's a massive score.
There's your gold medalist. How long is it going to take for him to realize it? Still looking up, trying to decipher the numbers.
There it is.
All right, there you go.
And after all that skating, it came down to a little more than a double axel. That close.
That's right.
And for Joubert, I mean, a great way to end the season, but you get that close, and then you want the gold.
What's interesting is that the triple axel at the beginning of the program was downgraded to a double in Lambiel's program, and even so, he won. And the strength of his component scores, which were in the high sevens.
Lambiel, two-time world champ now. Brian Joubert, the silver. Evan LYSACEK. Hey, Mr. Brownie, look who's in third. Did we wager on that? Evan LYSACEK, the bronze, once again at Worlds. Nobunari ODA, though, you remember the combination he got no credit for. Repeating jumps. Some have to be in combination to all the rules. Much like at the Japanese Nationals, it cost him the bronze medal here. Cost him the gold in Japan.
Cost him a trip to the Olympics.
That's exactly right, because he was not the Japanese national champ.
So a young guy has a lot to learn.
And we check in now with Peter Carruthers, who's with Evan LYSACEK.
Okay, Terry, Evan LYSACEK, you missed the podium at the Olympic Games, but here you're back on it again. What does this bronze medal mean to you?
It means a lot to me, more so because it's been such a difficult year, and to come back and top it off with a medal at this championship is huge for me. Last year was great and it was fun, and I just kind of came in and won the bronze, and this year was a totally different story. It was really difficult. I felt a lot of pressure, and it was, it was a lot of stress, but I'm glad that I could come away with another medal.
Now, you had a lot of hurdles to jump over. You were ill, the antibiotics. What was your mindset that got you through this?
I think I just relied on my training, because I've worked so hard for the last year. The last 12 months have been solid work, and I think that, when you're tired and you're exhausted and run down and sick or whatever's going on, we're all tired from the Olympics. You can trust your training, and if you've done the training, then you can trust it and do well, and if you haven't, then I think it shows.
Now, going down the road, what's your objective with your skating from this point on?
Well, I think this is big for men's skating in America, for the next few years to come, because now we have some guys out there that are contenders for the, the world title and not just medals. So next year I'm going to come back and go for the gold, and I think I've learned a lot this year, so I think I'm ready.
All right, thanks so much. Congratulations, two-time world bronze medalist Evan LYSACEK. Terry, back to you.
Yeah, Peter, quite a month for him at the Olympics. Great free skate, and now the bronze here. Lambiel is going to dance all the way back to Switzerland with another gold medal. Doesn't even need the iPod or any music right now. Check out our All Right, a move of the day, Paul.
Well, I said the big ticket items were going to be important, and the second quad in his program was absolutely clutch, worth 9.9 because it was in the late part of his program. The air position completely perfect. Great landing, great ride out, worth 10.61 when he got the grades of execution added to that. Just a huge jump at the time he needed it.
So the men's free skate in the books. Stephane LAMBIEL, your gold medalist. We've got the original dance coming up next. LAMBIEL might enter that. He looked pretty good with the dance moves. Back with more from Calgary.